Hello, welcome to another episode of Metal Detecting with Lugnut. In this episode, we're going to go through the best finds of 2019. 2019 was a pretty good year for me, and for those of you who are new to the channel, I am a solo hunter and a door knocker. So usually when I go detecting, I have no idea where I'm going to end up. I kind of have an idea where I'm going to go, but luck of the draw every time I go out. And to start that off, I want to thank all of the very generous, kind, and really cool people who have allowed me, not only this year, but in years past, allowed me to dig holes in their yards. So thank you, everyone. And, it's been fun. I also want to thank some new subscribers. I don't have all of them here. If I miss your name, I'm sorry. I want to thank you for subscribing. We'll go David Graham, Hugh Womack, Digging It, Scotland's Lost Treasures, Coin World UK, Digging Juggernaut, Ohio History Hunters, Tree Dog 100, and Jackpot G. Lars, who I know is up in Long Island with the Long Island Hardcore Detectorist. Check those two guys out there. They find some cool stuff. So let's go in the house, lay out the cool finds from this year, and just kind of go through them. Let's start with the relics. The two here on the left are two of my favorite. Both came from the same yard, the 1878 house, the cap house. So we have the beer tap, which unfortunately is missing the actual handle, but it's still an awesome piece, handmade, just really nice. We have the printing plate that has Mr. Cap's name and address on there. We have the Model T valve stem cover that came from his parents' house across the street, the 1861 house. I have the dog tag that came from West Virginia. A little follow-up on the dog tag. There was a fire at the U.S. Archives in St. Louis, and vast amounts of records from World War II were destroyed. And unfortunately, the records regarding the person on this tag were lost. So it's unlikely that I'll ever be able to return that to the family, which is kind of unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. We have the Alex C for life, whatever that is. We have the sewing machine buttonhole jig, which is really nice. The little flowered costume jewelry pin, the 1800s button with the broken shank that has the long-necked eagle here at the top, the shell key fob from the probably 40s or 50s, the Great Seal button from the Korean War period, and the Vickers Viscount commemorative token, also from the 40s or 50s. And that's a nice set of relics. I'm real happy with those. Now let's go over the better coins. We'll start with the 1920 first year Canadian small cent, 1895 Indian found at the 1861 house here next door, and the other Indian I found in that yard, which is 1898. We have the two war nickels, so this one's from Richmond, this one was from up the road, that I found after we came back from California. The New Year's find last year, the first silver of the year, was this first year Rosie. Then I found one from my birth year, 59. And then another first year Rosie when I found the gold class ring. A nice collection of Mercs. There's some teens and some 40s in there. Those are nice. Then my nickels, other than the war nickels, we have the Cinco Centavo piece, 1951, that about gave me a heart attack thinking it was a large cent. 1920 Buffalo, and the 1898 V nickel that I found at the house that was under construction. There was also the 1944 S Washington quarter, which I gave to the owner during the very last hunt of the year. I'll show you a little picture of that one right here. And finally, we're going to take a look at the precious metal finds, the jewelry. We'll start with the 925 necklace pendant, probably 60s or 70s, that was found at the same place as the dog tag. We have the 925 ring found recently. Not super high quality, but a nice ring all the same, with some kind of Native American-ish symbology around it. We have Eric's class ring, the amazing first for me, the class ring. And the very pleasant experience of giving that back to Eric, that was really cool. And then last but not least, the gold earring. A really amazing gold earring. I just can't get over that. That's an amazing find. And I had fun testing it. And that's pretty decent precious metals for a year. Well, I hope you enjoyed going back over the finds of 2019. Thanks for joining me. Please come back next week when we once again go looking for what's under the grass. Bye for now.